worry about my kids too. This is not the time. We are taking white supremacy to task, and the revolution begins today. My people, I'm asking you, how many more of our brothers and sisters and those from our gender non-conforming communities must we lose before we all say no more? It's time for action, my people, and that day is now. The call for action that National is calling for Black Lives Matter defund, disarm, and demilitarize the police. I got no more tears, and I'm running out of patience with this country's failure to treat black people as citizens. There was a woman on the news who actually stated that she interviewed 900 police, and they stated they were afraid of black men. I don't and I will not buy that propaganda. Let's be clear. That line is a police get out of free jail card. Bottom line, they are killing us because they can. If you're afraid of black people, I'm giving them one option. Find another damn GOP. I'm asking my sisters and brothers here today, what are we going to do to move forward to end this season, our bodies, communities, and minds?
We all got to start coming out the house. That's the first thing. That's right. We can't hide and can't be afraid.
And our so-called government will not do it. The change will only come when we as a people stand united and demand it.
We got to come out the house and get your friend, your neighbor, your sister, your brother, your mother, your father. They got to come out the house. They can't keep laying on the damn couch.
Now, I wrote something after Mike Brown was killed and I went to Ferguson. Weeping because we are not beautiful, pretty enough to live up to the European standard of beauty. Weeping for the sexual abuse that we experience. Weeping for not being able to be a victim. Weeping for burying my child. Weeping for leaving that baby in a robe longer than you would a dog. Weeping for being harassed while walking down the street. Weeping for being stopped driving while black. Weeping for being followed around the store. Weeping because you think we are not smart. Weeping for stop and frisk. Weeping because you hate us and you don't know why. Weeping because I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I write this poem on the behalf of Eastlawn Nettles, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Miriam Carey, and the rest of my new Africans who have been murdered by state sanction. And today it ends, y'all. Revolution! Revolution! I'm over it. I'm over it. Hashtag over this shit. Hashtag over this shit.
Over this.
I'm tired. And what will y'all do about it? What will we as a people do about it?
Right.
There was another black American from Rockland. His name is Anthony Paul. He was 29 years old when he got murdered. It's my nephew.
We gotta lift him up too.
That's right.
And I want to give it up to now my brother Weldon.
The third one.
Yeah, that's right.
The third one.
Come on, y'all. Y'all give it up for Sister Vanessa. I know there's a few of us out here that should be a lot more, but that's all right. We're willing to do the work. Are you willing to do the work?
Yes.
Are you willing to do the work for liberation?
Yes.
Are you willing to do the work for freedom?
Yes.
Are you willing to do the work for our people?
Yes.
So we're not worried about numbers. I know right now we want quality over quantity, but we still got to get our people out. As I was speaking with some of my brothers, thank y'all for coming out. They were pointing out the fact that some of us in Rockland are too comfortable with our lifestyle right now. Some of us don't believe that what's happening to our brothers can happen to us. But as our sister told us, it happened right here in Rockland.
Right here. See?
The brother Boo-Boo, he's from Rockland, isn't he?
Cops.
He was killed.
Cops.
We're tired of this. And we gotta let the world know that we won't stand for it. We're not gonna wait until it happens on our doorstep. Because whether you believe it or not, it's coming anyway.
That's right.
What are you gonna do to be prepared for it?
Get out here.
It's gonna be too late
Come out here.
if we don't organize and strategize right now. So the purpose of today's rally was to get us all on one accord. And I'm sad about it, but some of my brothers didn't want to come out because they felt like these demonstrations and these rallies have no point. But the point and the purpose of this rally today was to get us on the same page. So we can come together and we can discuss how we move forward from here. We got to get on the same page. No right-minded person should be okay with the systematic murder of black men, women, and children. No right-minded person. There's demonstrations all over the country. Yesterday, my organizing family in Philadelphia shut down a highway. They are demonstrating all over the country. We as black people in Rockland County, we as concerned citizens in Rockland County, we don't have the right to sit and relax. They killed a brother in front of a child yesterday. They shot inside a car where a child was yesterday. That means they don't give a damn about our children.
They don't care. We gotta care.
They are shooting in a car where children are. They killed our brother Fubu in front of his family. They don't give a damn. And when we see the murder of our black men, we can't just look at it as a murder of a black man. They are destroying black families. When you kill a black man, woman, or child, you are destroying a family. And that's what we're battling against, the systematic destruction of the black family. What are we going to do about it? To my black cops who constantly remind me that I got to wait until all the evidence comes out. To all my black cops who constantly remind me that we should worry about black on black crime in our community.
No, we gotta go outside.
Let me tell you this. You don't have the right to tell us what's going on in our community if you can't stand up and tell your fellow brothers in blue to stop killing people in my community. If you can't tell your boys in blue to knock down that blue wall of silence, you can't tell us when we can snitch or not snitch. If you can't tell your boys in blue that they don't have the right to kill our families, our fathers, our mothers, and our children, then you don't have the right to come and tell us how to get rid of black on black crime. We want you to fix what's going on in the force. What's going on in the force is that the police department as an institution is a racist institution. I'll say that again. The police department as an institution is a racist institution. What that means is you don't have to be an individual racist to still propagate white supremacy. We have plenty of black cops who, when they go into the black community, they have the same fears, the same assumptions, and the same stereotypes of black people that white cops do. It is learned behavior in these institutions. The police department is a racist institution like most institutions in America are racist. The police department is no different. And we want an end to any racist institution, enablest institution, sexist institution. We want an end to all of those. Let me get this, brother. I'm going to give you a chance. So, we want to make sure that our message is clear to the police department. Stop telling us to wait for the evidence. Stop telling us to get crime right in our community. We are working every day to make sure we reduce crime in the community, and we expect you to work to make sure your brothers in blue stop killing my people. Also, we need a reevaluation of who's policing our communities. We have too many people with little to no ties to our community who are policing them. And what that means is these people who you think serve and protect, they're actually scared of the people they have sworn to serve and protect. Now, I'm a teacher. If I'm scared of the students I'm supposed to teach, do you think I'm going to teach them effectively? Nope. Do you think I will impart on them the knowledge they need? Nope. Do you think I will teach to the best of my ability? No. The same can be said for people who police communities that they're scared of. They are not going to with an effort to serve and protect. They don't police us. They don't serve and protect us. They are too busy trying to combat us, trying to police us. They are more interested with the businesses and the property owners here in this community than they are with the people who actually reside in this community. We need to hold them to a different standard. A few more points and I'm gonna be out your way. We come tonight because we stand in solidarity with all the families of those who were killed senselessly by racist cops. I can't believe as much noise as the NRA always is making about the right to have a gun. That doesn't mean a damn. Our brother was killed. He was licensed to carry. They still killed him in front of a child. And his girlfriend should be seen as a hero.
That's right. That's right.
She should be compared to Mammy Till. And how Mammy Till wanted the world to see what they did to Emmett Till. She let the world see what they did to her boyfriend. And that image should never leave our minds. We should never be afraid to resist injustice. They have taught us to accept it. They have taught us to just pray about it. But we're going to pray and move.
Yes.
We're going to pray and work.
America started the eugenics movement.
Give me a second, brother. We're going to do all that work. Because we got too much work to do. I don't know how many of you are parents, but if I looked at my timeline today, it was like two different worlds.
That's right.
All my white friends on my social media timeline, they were talking about all this other stuff. But all my black friends, they were talking about the murders of black men in the last couple of days.
That's right.
It was like two different worlds on my timeline. We are dealing with the pain that we have continually dealt with for 400 years. We are systematically being edged out, being murdered, and we can't take that no more. We need to hold our leaders to the task. That's how we hold them responsible. When we go vote, we got to see which leaders are doing for the community in which we reside. If they're not doing, we vote their behinds out.
That's right.
We can vote for sheriff and all that. You got to have a knowledge of who the sheriff is hiring. You got to have a knowledge if people who are hiring look like you. Are they from the community you're from? Do they understand you? Because in the eyes of many, a white man with a gun is okay, but a black man with a gun is dangerous.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Give me my minute, brother. I'm going to come to you. I promise. I'm in my zone. All right? So, lastly, this is a national epidemic that we're going against. The racism, the racist cops, the racist police department. It's an epidemic. What I'm saying is they're killing black men all over the country. They keep wanting to make us think it's just an individual circumstance. It's an epidemic. Somewhere along the line, they think it's okay to police black people differently than white people. And white communities, we need you to stand in solidarity too. We need you to call them out because whether you believe it or not only is it in the black man's interest, in the black woman's interest, in the black community's interest that these shootings stop, but it's also in the white man, in the white community's interest that these shootings stop. Because if these shootings don't stop, my community is going to organize and we're going to shut your community down. Because no longer will we be out here trying to destroy the communities in which we reside, but we're coming to shut down businesses.
That's right.
We're coming to shut down the order of the day. We're coming to shut down highways. So it's in the interest of everybody to make sure and ensure that the systematic oppression of people of color stop.
That's right.
And last thing I want to say, because this is what they always tell me. There's always a few bad racist cops. It's not everybody, right? Maybe that's true. But I still hold my position that the system is racist.
Yes, that's right.
The system is racist.
That's right.
And just to prove that the system is indeed flawed, just by the very fact that you keep hiring these racist damn cops proves that there's a problem in the system. Stop hiring racist cops. Stop hiring cops that don't know how to deal with the communities they're policing. If you're telling me that black people don't pass the test, change the damn test.
Come on now.
The problem is in the test. If black people can't pass the test, then change the test.
Come on.
Isn't it funny how there's a petition out to get Jesse Williams fired from Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah.
Yet the very thing that Jesse Williams was talking about
That's crazy.
is happening right now. He said every day there are situations in which police know how to de-escalate violence when it deals with white men and white accusers and the white accused. But black people, we don't get that benefit of the doubt. We're not going to take it no more. Black lives matter, and it's time for everybody to understand that black people truly believe our lives matter.
Yes.
We got to change the way the business as usual runs, because business as usual will be usual no more. And I don't know how you feel about it tonight, but we got to start doing this consistently, because everybody here tonight needs to bring somebody out tomorrow when we meet on top at Tiger's Den Park at 8 o'clock. Everybody here tonight should bring somebody else with them so we could go up there and organize and still proclaim that Black Lives Matter. Because sooner or later, if we need to, we're going to shut Rockland down.
That's right. Shut Rockland.
Rockland can't hide behind the fact that it hasn't happened here.
Right.
Because our people deal with racism on an entirely different basis. Even if the cops aren't shooting us, we can't find affordable places to live.
That's right.
We can't find employment.
Yes.
We have all our resources going to one community while our community resources are depleted. We're going to shut Rockland down. Somebody say Black Lives Matter.
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 We are not afraid. We are not afraid to combat injustice. We are not afraid to stand toe-to-toe with injustice, because we truly believe Black Lives Matter. Thank you.
At this time, and I have said this before, in this space, I would like white people to take a little back seat right now, because black people are hurting. And if some black folks want to come up here and say something, you can come up.
Right then they'll tell you what's going on.
Everybody, peace and blessings, peace and blessings. The main thing is, I just seen the meme. It showed the fireman, it showed the police officer, and they both got dangerous jobs, but one always uses the excuse of, I fear for my life. And you got a fireman that'll run up in a fire and save everybody. He might be racist, because the FDNY is very racist.
Yes, they are.
But they'll still run up in the fire and try to save people. We can't stop falling for the okie doke. If a cop got to run 8 miles, 2 miles in 8 minutes to get the job, but 8 years go by, and he can't run 1 mile in 19 minutes, why he still fit for the job? When you get a certain amount of many years on a police force, you become a veteran. So you can fall back. You ain't got to do much. So you start kicking it with your boy. You start drinking beers after work. And then next thing you know, y'all start talking about your political issues. And you say, you know what? I think the same way you think. Then they get out there in the situation, and they say, here's the situation. Let's do it. And they do it. And then they go, they drink their beers, and they say, we did it. And we get off. But it's not just the cops, the bad cops that do that. It's the DA. It's the system that cleared them.
That's right. That's right.
So like he said, you got to research who you voting for. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just these cops. These cops know. And just like he said, if some of these cops thought that for 1 second that something was gonna happen to them, if they kill this man, they don't know his father, they don't know his brother, they don't know his uncle, they don't know nobody. Uncle could have just got released from prison for committing a murder and love him to death. But you kill this man. Meanwhile, you got an innocent white woman, an innocent white family walking down the street, and all of a sudden somebody feels like, because you know criminals ain't that smart. So they'll pick the easiest route out. That's why always a good cop is always getting shot and killed. It's never the idiot cop that everybody knows about. It's the good cop.
That's right.
The great cop that everybody loves and wind up getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? So for the most part, people like Ms. Green right here, Reverend McWilliams, these are the people that you gotta get their phone numbers. You gotta really stay in touch with them, because when they move, we gotta move. When Martin Luther King did his thing, it wasn't just about marching. They would go right up there to one of these restaurants in there, Boucher, whatever. And they would fill it up and sit down, order their food, and they wouldn't leave for the rest of the night. So Friday night's your best night to get money? Guess what? We're here all night. We ordered our food and we're taking our time. That's what Martin Luther King did. He did a lot of stuff, but these innocent people is getting killed in the street, but nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to die to try to help this situation. We're not here right now because nobody died.
Preach.
That ain't sound crazy when you talk about, I don't know that person. But tomorrow's gonna be somebody you know.
Right.
Then what your attitude gonna be like? Who's gonna step up and help your family out?
That's right. 100%
How you
right.
gonna shoot a man in front of his children? That means what? That they straight evil and they racist and they don't care, they ain't no rhyme, and ain't no reason, they murderers that got a job. You know what it takes to become a police officer? No felonies. So that means you can have 15 misdemeanors.
Wow.
You can have a D felony and an E felony that got dropped down to a misdemeanor. You figure your life is going the wrong way, so you get your life on track, you become a cop. You're a criminal with a badge and a gun.
Yes.
So we got a lot of good cops out here. Spring Valley is known for having good cops. They ain't never shot nobody. They shot the guy over here. That's recent. But for the most part, they violate our rights every day. Back in the days, we didn't even know what stop and frisk was. That was the norm. The police pull you over, they're pulling everything out your pockets. Nothing. We gotta start teaching our youth how to deal with the police.
Right.
If you got a cop and he do something wrong to you, but you don't go make a complaint about it. Meanwhile, you get into court, that cop gets up on trial, they say, oh, he's been here 9 years, da-da-da, he's a knight in shining armor. Then they convict you because this cop should never tell a lie, he's a cop. But when you bring up that cop's record, and you see he got 500 civilian complaints against him for police brutality, now the jury sees something different about this cop. So the same way they put us down on paper, because that's what they do, they give you a ticket. They give you some form of, you know what I'm saying, a charge. They write it on paper. That's what they do, pen and paper. We got to put them on pen and paper by any means necessary. Because at the end of the day, Spring Valley, I don't know how Spring Valley gonna take something like that. Because we're not raised like that. So, for the most part, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter, but if all lives matter, people really need to understand that if you care about the black people, you must say something to your counterparts about what they're doing wrong.
Yes.
Because if you don't say nothing, like he said, his timeline looked like night and day. Why ain't nobody talking about it? You afraid? Oh, so you must not really be my friend. If you don't even want to say I'm sorry for what happened, so you just doing the status quo. I got a black friend. But at the end of the day, like you said, they safe, and nobody wants to jeopardize their safeness.
Ain't nobody safe no more.
If you white and you step up for a black person, now white people coming against you. You don't want that, so you stay quiet. You can't knock the hustle. Sometimes that's how people feel. They might got a job, they don't want to put it in jeopardy, so they keep quiet. But the police officers that's in these precincts that quote unquote, ain't doing nothing wrong, gotta step up. So, with that note, here goes the Dwayne.
The note he was speaking about logging in police do. Rockland County doesn't have a means of tracking what police do. We would like to start in Black Lives Matter a citizens review board of the police. So people who are not involved with us, if you want to be involved in that mechanism and help us out, please approach one of us on Black Lives Matter, because we want to start that. And then we want to take it to, I'm not taking it to Ed Day, but I would like to take it